Welcome back to my teaching. This is Murray Victor Yopoy. You can call me Yopoy one. This is the next thing we want to discuss: exponential equation leading to quadratic equation. This is part one of this part. Um, we have a question that says solve the equations. You have something like this: 2 to the power 2x minus 9 into 2 to the power x plus 20 is equal to 0. And you can see question 2, 3, and 4. So we want to see how we can solve this question. So at first, let's try the first one. This is the first one we want to solve. Let's try to solve this one out. Now, what do we do here? We can look at the power here because we want this power to be in the form of quadratic form. So what do? We want to note something here. Let's note something here. We note that 2 to the power 2x is the same as 2 to the power x into 2. This is what you are seeing, the same thing as this. Because we want to get something that is in the form of 2 to the power x. So 2x again, we want to rewrite it to be in the form of 2 to the power x. Is that okay? So we have to note that anytime you see something like this, it is something like this. Because if you say 2 to the power x multiplied by 2 is the same as what? 2x. So that is what we need to do at first. Okay? So let's try to change it now. So we now have something to do with this. That has to say 2 to the power x into what? 2 minus 9 into 2 to the power x plus 20 is equal to 0. Okay? And now since we have 2 to the power x and all to the power 2, we now have 2 to the power x and 2 to the power x. So we want to use a letter to represent this value. So let's say let y is equal to 2 to the power x. So anywhere you see x, or anywhere you see 2x, and you're replacing this one with what? Y. So if that is the case, we had the first one here to be 2 to the power x will now be y, but we have a power here that is what? 2. So we now have 2 minus 9 times 2 to the power is the same as what? We use that one because the value for 2x has been replaced to what? Y. So we now take 9y because we have 9 into 2 to the power x. So we've replaced this 2x will be y plus 20 is equal to 0. So you can now see this is in the form of what? Quadratic equation. Okay? So we want to solve this quadratic equation now. But before solving quadratic equation, I will do that video again. We need to get two factors. And that is, which number do we have to? We take two factors, we multiply them, we have the constant value here to be what? 20. And if we add that two numbers, we have what? 9. So what do we need to have? Or at times, let's try to separate this 9 into two values. At times, that is how I do. If you find it difficult, so for you to get the factors. So what do we need to do here? We have to take two numbers that if we add them, you have 9. If you multiply them, you have what? Positive 20. All right. So what do we do? Let's take minus 5 and minus 4. Okay. Because those are the only two numbers that we add, we get 9. And if we multiply, we get 20. So let's try it out. So if you take minus 5 plus into minus 4, and we have minus 5, we are multiplying, multiply by into minus 4. So the first thing we need to do if we add these two numbers, you have the first value here, 9. If you multiply now, these two numbers you have 20. So that will be the factor. Okay. So what do we have here? So if you take minus 5 plus into minus 4, we always give us what? Minus 9. So minus give us plus, and 5 times 4 give us what? 20. So the factors are minus 5 and minus 4. So what do we do now here? We're going to replace this 9 with that factors. Okay. So now we take y is equal to, let's say y square minus 5y. Okay. So we still take the other factors, minus 4y. We are still writing this 20 plus 20 is equal to 0. Okay. So that is what we do. So what do? We partition them now together. This one partition this one be this, we equal it to 0. So we factorize this value. We are going to factorize it now. Meaning we take y out into, we have 2y here. So if we take y, how many y remain? Would remain with 1y. Minus, if you take y from 5, remain what? 5. Is that okay? So what do we do next? We take minus here. Since 4 can also go into 20, so we take 4 to be the factor. So if we take 4 from y, remain what? Y. Minus plus give us minus, and 4 can go to 20, we have what? 5. So what? 0. So what will be our next thing? So as you can see, the two brackets, the values in the two brackets are the same. So we're going to maintain one of it on the quadratic equation form, or solving quadratic expression. So what do? We have y. We are going to put the factors that are out in one bracket, and we maintain one of these brackets. So we are taking y minus 4 into one bracket. Then we take the next one to be what? Y minus 5. So, okay, so all is equal to what? 0. So these two brackets are equal to 0. All right, so now we now say y minus 4 is equal to 0, or y minus 5 here is equal to 0. So we are working out for y here. So, okay, so y here is equal to 0, and this 4 is going over change to what? Plus 4. So straight off, the answer for y here is 4, or y here is equal to 0, then this one is going over here is 5. So that is the value for y. But at first, we have to understand that y is equal to what? 2 to the power x. Is that okay? So you haven't got the value for y. You are not going to equate that value and say, but y here is equal to 2 to the power x. So therefore, we are not going to write these two values here in replacement of what? Y. So what do? We take 2 to the power x is equal to 4. Or we still have this to say 2 to the power x is equal to 5. So we have these two values to work it out. So we are going to work it out because we are looking out for the value for x. All right. So let's solve the first one. That is 2 to the x is equal to, we want to satisfy the two. The right hand side, of course, this is the right hand side. This is the left hand side. And this is the right hand side as usual. So we want to make sure that both the left and right hand sides are the same. So what do? We now take 2 to the power x is equal to, so 2 raised to which value can give us 4? It's only 2 to the power 2. So what do? We cancel this, so we equate the powers now. So x is equal to 2. So this is the first value for x. But we still have another value here that has to say 2 to the power x is equal to 5. View the second video and for you to work how to solve the next value. Thank you.